Cool. Okay, so has everyone here heard of AI? I'm assuming so, yes. Have we heard of Claude, one of the available models out there? Okay, cool. So I've been using Claude a little bit at work and personally, and I find it to be one of the better models in terms of actually producing Elixir code. I really only compared Claude and ChatGPT. I find ChatGPT, at least 4.1, to be like almost unusable. Claude is a little better, but I find that it's very eager. It's like an intern who you like give it some work and it just goes off and changes everything in the code. And you're like, what have you done? Undo all of this. So I find that you got to give it like very tight guardrails. So some of the prompts that we give it today will be with very tight guardrails. We'll do like very high detail, but low context, or we'll give it like very loose, like high context, low detail prompts. So for example, like a high detail, low context in the terms of Minesweeper would be like, make me a function which takes in a pixel on a board and calculates how many bombs are next to it. That's like very high detail, but low context. But a high context, low detail thing would just be like, make me a board for Minesweeper and figure out what it does, let it go, run wild. So why don't we spin the wheel and see how far we can get with Minesweeper. So let's go. Spin the wheel and see what kind of prompt we land on first. So high detail, low context. Does anyone want to start or should I kick it off? I'll kick it off. All right. Why don't we do that? Let's tell it to make us a function that will calculate how many bombs are around a tile, because that's something that you need when you start out with Minesweeper. So write me a function which will take in a board, game board tile, and calculate how many of the surrounding 8 tiles are occupied by bombs. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of waiting and awkward silences in this talk while we wait for it to craft and think and compile. So the question was, when I'm dialing the context between low and high, what am I trying to tell Claude what to do? And what I'm trying to do is give it 2 different styles of prompts. The high context, low detail ones are very broad in general, where it's like, this is the end goal, give me the end goal. And the high detail, low context ones are, this is the tool I want, but I'm not going to tell you the end goal. So think about like someone trying to hang a picture in a wall, right? They need a hole in the wall in order to hang the picture. They can say either I need a hole in the wall to hang the picture, but that's not what they want. The end goal is a hung picture. So it's like the drill a hole versus hang the picture style of prompt. So here we got a function, count surrounding bobs. Since we're vibe coding, we're just going to accept everything it does. Maybe we'll ask it for some tests, but yeah, let's make this edit, keep it.
I like that it puts spacing around the grid there, leaving the center piece out just to make it read better.
Yeah, let's look at the code that it made. Minesweeper. Look at this. Yeah, this is going to get blown away by the formatter. Immediately run mix format and write some tests.
You should have prepared some music.
I should have, yeah. I have a feeling that we might not want to put this one up on YouTube, or we're going to have to like really edit the silence.
So you're running Claude Code, right?
Just Claude Code, yeah, bare Claude Code. I've got a trial that expires tomorrow, so I'm going to beat this thing and use as many tokens as I can.
It's actually part of the experience, because if you're going to use it like actually at work, they will be like waiting and like give you like a fresh like how it will be.
Twiddling your thumbs, and should I be opening up Reddit as well? Yeah, exactly. There we go. Do we want to proceed? Yes. Keep telling you to proceed. Just go.
You can choose to go and not ask, stop asking. That was one of the options, the number 2 option.
I like the
it Minesweeper without you saying Minesweeper.
Yeah, maybe this thing is a little smarter than I gave it credit for. Okay, sweet. Yeah, we've got edge cases covered. This looks good to me, I guess.
So what happens if you run tests now?
Let's see.
Anything you ask it doesn't know what you're talking about.
All the tests pass.
With with Claude code, can you run tests from Claude code?
I think I can tell it to run mixed tests, and I believe it did that last prompt. Yeah.
Can you ask it to
Test
write
pass.
a more comprehensive test suite without explaining like what's wrong with this one?
What do you mean?
Ask it to write more comprehensive like test suite without like specifying like what's wrong with the current one. What it will like.
Just say write tests,
Yeah, like
make a pass.
Write better tests.
Yeah. Let's do that for the next prompt. We'll get it to write some code and then just say write better tests. See what happens. Okay, let's roll again.
Was this a Barrett project? Was board or anything like that?
No, it was just
literally is just
mix phx.new. Yeah, no ecto. Give it. I just called it Minesweeper. Okay, low context, high detail. Okay, so what do we need next? I think we need like an actual board for this, right? That makes sense. Okay. Make me a data model for a board which holds hidden. Yeah, I think we should do that once we get the board going. Like set a difficulty for like board size and bombs. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. We're going to tell it to make a data model for the board. So let's make a data model for a board which holds hidden bombs. Number of adjacent bombs per cell are hidden if no bombs present. And then we'll tell it to write better tests than it did before.
How many steps did you have planned? Because it's kind of inevitable. Eventually, you're just going to be like completed, right?
I don't think we're going to get done in 20 minutes, to be honest.
Like landing on that thing, the more you spin, the more likely it's going to come up, right?
And then we'll just be done. And then I can stand up here in silence for 20 minutes. Okay, so we got, a function, new, width, height, bomb position. So it inferred that without me telling it to do it. So we've got like complexity sort of built in because we can determine how many bombs. Yeah. Okay. So it takes the bomb positions and puts them in the map. Okay, so why don't we tell it now to keep the changes? Oops. And then let's tell it to randomly place the bombs for us, give an account of bombs. And then we'll tell it to write some tests and see what happens. Okay, save, cool.
Is that the current running amount of tokens it's using?
Yeah,
For this whole product?
yeah. I don't really have like a concept of what a token means or like how much one is or like what it.
Models you pay like kind of per month for a certain amount of tokens.
Yeah, I'm on a free trial. I think I have tokens for like a couple days and then it's going to start charging me.
It can get pretty expensive. My understanding.
Yeah, this was already $1.
I'm going to submit the receipt to Hive then.
Like you burned $5 already.
So maybe we should just land on the finish it off and see what happens.
You're paying per token, but you're not paying per token.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Don't worry.
Tokens eventually converted over.
Don't worry. You're burning down the rainforest for free, so don't worry.
Hey, we're in Calgary. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay, stop asking me and just do it.
The little ASCII animation progress thing is making me so happy there next to process.
This is,
The whole start.
okay, cool. Now, take in a number of bombs instead of a list of positions and place them randomly. And then we'll spin the wheel once it gets this done. We'll tell it to write better tests.
Like, what's his vibing on there too?
Vibing, grokking, thinking.
On the mid-range, the GPU 1000 token is 100 watts.
Wow.
If you generate 1000 tokens a second, it will be over hour 100 watts.
1,000 tokens over an hour, 100 watts. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that will benefit.
Environmentally friendly.
It's like, have you guys seen that video of the like German speed biker or like biker guy who powers a toaster? Yeah, we need to get a couple of these guys in here powering these models. One guy per Minesweeper. Okay, cool. Let's see the tests. So it creates an empty board without bombs. Okay, because we gave it 0 bombs. Creates a board with specified number of bombs, and it counts the bombs. Raises error when bomb count exceeds the board size. That's interesting. Creates boards with bombs at specified positions. Okay, well, we don't need that, but maybe it repurposed the function. Bomb count. Generate. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Cool.
What does it look like if you just run it right now?
Just,
Like run game? What does that do?
I don't think we have a game module yet. We've just got a board.
Okay.
Let's tell it to make the game. We're running out of time. Let's hurry up. Running out of tokens. Yeah. Dude, you are too slow, and this presentation is boring. Finish up the back end portion of Minesweeper and write great tests.
Late generation, it works better if you give more pressure.
Yeah.
Does it?
And I have your mother hostage.
If I'm verbally abusive to this thing, will it work better or worse? So one thing I've actually noticed at work between Claude and ChatGPT is if you're like abusive to this thing, because I'm not kind to it at all. The Claude language model, at least like the default settings, it's very like, oh, I'm so sorry, you're right, let me fix this for you. Whereas the GPT model is just like, it does not acknowledge it whatsoever. It just like it does the work and ignores your abuse.
I think it works better if you're nice to it, actually.
Think so?
Yes.
And if you say like thank you and it has to respond with you're welcome,
Be like,
just burn
hey,
more
great
tokens.
Job, man. Like, treat it like a junior programmer.
No way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna put this talk on YouTube. Let's elucidating now. It's not even thinking.
So you've got board.new positions. Do you have a board.new or something? Do you have a board?
Yeah, we've got a board new with
so
width,
now-
height, and bob count. So we've got like the data model for the board, but we don't have like a game driver. So we'll see if it makes like a game driver, which takes a board and an input and a click and
Does any part
returns.
of it print something out?
Let's ask it to do that next. We're vibing here. We're making Minesweeper.
You promised me live view, Kacper.
Hey, I'm not the one coding. You can bring up your grievances with Claude, not me.
So there's an interesting article about a bunch of different AI models. There's a game called Diplomacy, which is a little bit like a very fancy version of Risk. And somebody created it as a benchmark to play a bunch of different AI models, like Claude against, OpenAI against DeepSeek, whatever.
Oh,
See who would
interesting.
win. And apparently it was something like 70% of the time, OpenAI won by just basically cheating, lying, and backstabbing better than the other models.
Interesting.
Yes,
Better than Rock even?
apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, someone was proposing like it might be an interesting way to benchmark models, right? Is put them in sort of semi-real situations to see how they react because they sort of have this emergent personality.
I don't know that we want to teach them to play diplomacy. that's a great way to end friendships and lives.
Yeah, especially Grok. I don't know if we want to give that one this sort of exposure.
Do they know they're playing against other AI?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. Actually, it's a good question. Yeah, I don't know if we set it up right. They had to code up sort of like test hardness, whatever, to set it up right.
This is how we train Skynet.
Is it Colossus the Forbin project? It's old, but it's kind of that. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's a really good movie. It's like the 60s or something.
Okay, interesting.
Handing over the keys to defense to the AIs.
Yeah, I kind of believe it.
Didn't go well.
So in diplomacy, are you supposed to be lying to people?
So
Is
the
that
way the
part of
rules are
how
pretty
it
simple. Think about like Risk.
Yeah.
Except every turn has, and I've never actually played this game. I don't know. So if you play,
So the idea behind diplomacy is that you use diplomacy to get other players to do things you want them to do. Because there's no luck involved. There's no dice, nothing like that. It is all, if you want to conquer something, you need armies that can get in there, and that may mean you need support from somebody else.
So you have to trick other people into getting into lend
Yes,
their
but
armies.
if you lie to someone,
Yeah.
then they don't believe you anymore, and
Yeah.
they will gang up on you and kill you. So you need to weave your lies in such a way that
Yeah.
you build trust first,
Yeah.
and then stab everybody in the back at the last minute.
Okay. So it's basically like Machiavellian.
Yes,
Essentially.
absolutely.
I mean, everyone knows though. I mean, when
Yeah.
you start the game, like you sort of know you have to build these allegiances
Yeah.
initially, and at some point you're gonna get backstabbed. It's all a question of when, right? So
Yeah.
you're sort of weighing off the like, do I make a move now or do I just follow along with what I'm supposed to do and like
Yeah.
carry on, right?
Yeah.
Well, that took us to the end of the backend code.
Success.
What happens?
So-
So does it do stuff now?
It's got the backend stuff. Let's start to make the front end stuff. Kevin, you're so impatient.
Do you know how many tokens you've used so far?
How many tokens?
Have
you-
know though?
That question will cost you.
They would probably like run into conflicts. You have to do like containerized
It doesn't
work.
know. It doesn't know.
All right, forget it.
You used 80 some odd tokens to tell you in that.
It's got to process the message. That's free. There's no free lunch.
It is like a junior program.
Okay,
You-
so
You can blame me, Kacper.
yeah, I will. Yeah.
I've got this impatient asshole.
Okay, so I told it to just make the live view component. We'll see. This is a very educational talk.
But do you have a Phoenix project?
No.
Oh.
Well, what do you? I did like mix phx.new Minesweeper,
Yeah, yeah.
no ecto. So we have the
But you have a.
scaffolding, we have like the router and the controllers and everything. Well, no controllers because there's no context, but we'll see what it does.
Oh, we've got something there.
Yeah, it's going.
Read it first before writing.
So I'm curious if you've tried Gemini. Actually, I've heard good things about Gemini.
I have tried Gemini, and I find that it's really not good for Elixir at all, like whatsoever. It'll argue with you about like functions that don't exist. But for more popular languages like Python or TypeScript, it's like quite good. It's usable. But I haven't used it in the context of like agentic work like this. I've just used the like Gemini chatbot in the browser and asked it for stuff. As far as this style of work, I've only used Claude Sonnet 4, or whatever the Sonnet model is, and then GPT 4.1 and compared the two.
Is anyone working on a language that is not designed for humans, but is designed for AI?
That sounds horrifying, but I have no idea.
It's called English.
Thinking that we try to teach it all these languages that we write for our tiny brains, but it doesn't have our limitations. So why not focus on something that it could, that instead of our crazy, hey, I wrote my own language to match my crazy brain, and then 4,000 other people found it, and we all disagree on how we should write the code, come up with something where it can say, hey, this is the correct way to write the code. I don't have to argue with you because nobody else is using it.
I wonder what the like practicalities of that are, because you have to teach these models on something. You have to train them on something. So if it's a language that's not designed for us, is it possible? Now we're getting real meta here. Like, is it possible for us to?
The main problem is that the humans are still smarter. So we're at that we're at the point where like what was it when the human calculators were still better than the mechanical calculators and we were still checking the mechanical calculators work. We're at that stage, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense yet to just pass it off to them and say, hey.
But are we smart enough to stop people from vibe coding when they don't know what they're doing and then deploying?
No.
Because I see a ton of that, and then people go, I didn't even know that security was an issue that I needed to worry about.
Yeah, you didn't ask the code. But the big
Didn't know I
problem
needed to.
That's why we have
we need to address
generators.
is getting all the data from an AI. Right now, the computer scientists in the room will tell you that this is just stored in a massive heap, and it looks through the entire heap whenever you ask it something. We need to start indexing AI right away, so that we can go, tell me about a BlackBerry, for example. And then it'll go, okay, is it phone or the tree? It doesn't need to tell me what a boat is in that case. It shouldn't be traversing through anything about boats if you ask it that. Bagging what you're mowing, but we need to have a structure to store the information to be able to access it first, quickly.
I can't see us, I don't think we understand how it works well enough to do that, though, do we? Does anybody creating these large language models really understand what is happening once we get in there? Because they know how things go from one point to another. But when you look at the whole picture, it's really not what
Yo.
we
This is kind of sick. Wait. Oh, that's wild. Okay, I'm gonna click where there should be a bomb here, right? Okay.
It looks to me found it's on GitHub. Because mine's and it would be used like easy, medium, time, bombs, flags, all this like just like so many implementation of Minesweeper, just like
It's been trained on 25,000
That's an interesting
versions.
point. If you didn't call it Minesweeper, would it have been able to do this with the prompts? If you didn't.
Kacper never called it
But
Minesweeper,
you
so like board,
made
bombs.
the file
Project.
name in the beginning was Minesweeper.
But I think
This is also
The repo is called Minesweeper.
I think as soon as you said surrounded by bombs,
It got the context, yeah.
yeah, so like rename bombs to like ships and like so basically use different wordings.
so if you had said
That
sharks,
would be interesting. Like,
Yeah, that would have been a good approach to like, yeah, have a Minesweeper clone, but like not call it Minesweeper, have something else.
I'm just impressed by the livelihood.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by this, to be totally honest. And I'm usually not impressed.
Apparently Minesweeper's not that hard.
Wait, hold on. How did I win? This is supposed to have 2 bombs around it, and I've only found 1.
It's gonna write better tests.
Yeah, tests are not good.
so win condition for line.
Oh no, because there's nothing left to do because the 2 tiles that aren't turned over are bombs. I've used 8 flags and there's 10 bombs. So bomb, bomb. Interesting. Okay. Cool.
It's right. So like you opened all tiles without bombs, and it's a win condition on the like usual Minesweeper.
Yeah.
You don't need to flag bombs at all.
Yeah, I guess so. Interesting. So I wonder how much of this was actually like reasoned through and how much of it was a solution exists. Let's ask.
I mean, you never mentioned anything about like difficulty levels, like easy, medium, hard. Like
if you ask any
no,
programmer to
here,
write
but like
Minesweeper,
they were not in the pro.
and you say, well, how much of this did you come up with yourself, and how much of this did you go out on the internet and Google and search GitHub? They're gonna lie to you and tell you it's all original.
Yeah, I never once opened Stack Overflow. Yeah.
I've never heard of GitHub. I've never seen Minesweeper.
Right. Well, interesting. I guess it works. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to end up like this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, it's training knowledge is the internet. So
Yeah.
from that
What
point,
happens if you change the size of the board mid-game?
Oh, let's try that. Yeah. Okay, so let's go start easy. Oh, it just starts a new game for you. Okay, if I bomb it and I press, okay, so that's also the reset button. Very interesting. Does the right click work for bombs? No, it does not. All right, I mean that's pretty wild. I didn't think we were gonna get this. I'm impressed.
The interesting test would be if you need to make some modification like you yourself. Now, how long will it take you to navigate this code and like make a change? I don't know, like
Oh.
replace a number with just like dots instead of one dot, two dots. So how long will it take you to find a place where to make it?
How long would it take me?
Yes.
A long time, because I am really bad at front end work. So all of this CSS stuff to make dots instead of numbers would probably take me a week.
No, like just to find the place where like it draws a number.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a look.
Like make a change. Like how easy this code is to navigate.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So I assume that this would be in game live. Board.reveal cell. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I said like how hard would it be for human to navigate the code to find a place where to make a change?
Well, there you have it. I do it in a loop, and I do it in case statements.
Bomb count, flag count. It's got to be in here, right? Cell flagged, cell is bomb. Cell revealed. Okay, not cell revealed. Cell is bomb and game state is lost. No. Adjacent bombs. Number color. Okay, where's number color? Oh, okay. So here, it gets the number color. Okay.
What's next, though? Put 800. That's just the color of the text, right?
Yeah.
No, it's same. Like just how to modify code. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it's what
a-
you
yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's just a tailwind classes.
Let's just do everything green.
At my job right now, we use CodeRabbit for all of our PRs.
Okay.
Sometimes it's kind of useful, but it produces a lot of like kind of junk in your PR comments and recommendations, so you have to train it for a while. But it's kind of interesting having AI review your code too.
We've been using Copilot for that.
Oh yeah.
We're like, where's the dude
It's
that says
sometimes
everybody
catches
buy
stuff.
it?
Yeah.
Sometimes insightful and sometimes is.
Sometimes you just tell like, hey, no, this is.
You guys be using paid version?
Yeah.
But it says like
Cool.
low confidence. Like the
Yeah.
Copilot said, low confidence, it would suggest something like.
All right. Well, that's what I got. That went a lot worse than I thought it was going to go. But thank you, Claude, for coding that. Yeah, great prompting on everyone's part. If anyone has talk ideas, please let me know, because I